Hello, this is Liz Lesher, and I'm going to show you a newer piece of technology called Classcraft. It is an extension. It's very easy to download. You simply go to the upper right-hand corner of your Chrome browser, and you select Tools, and it's one of the extensions. You can just search for it under the name Classcraft, or you can go to the Classcraft website and it will talk you through how to download the extension. So then it just sits in the upper right-hand corner of your browser and you can click on it anytime to access it. I selected Classcraft, I apologize, because it's a really good classroom management tool. My objectives are to show you the ways in which Classcraft can help you with classroom management, and so you can see how it can also motivate students to maybe follow the directions quickly and efficiently in your classroom in a fun and engaging way. The intended audience for this video is for my fellow teachers, but the content is obviously aimed at a classroom. The two ISTE standards we will be addressing are 5A, the use of technology to create, adapt, and personalize learning experiences that foster independent learning and accommodate learner differences and needs. I will be showing you how we can set this program up to meet individual learner needs. And then also 6A, which is to foster a culture where students take ownership of their learning goals and to overcome in both independent and group settings. In Classcraft, students will not only work independently to try to meet their goals, but they will also work as an entire team or as smaller groups to meet their goals as well. All right, let me take you through it. So when you log in, once you've set up your class, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've got a class for my biology here, but in the interest of FERPA, I'm not going to open that class because I don't want to share all my student names. So I've got a demo class set up. So I'm going to open that up and hit play. Now, here is my class. You can see it's very dynamic. It's very engaging. It's very representative of the video games our students play. And that's exactly what it is. This is a video game that students can play through their own experiences in class. If you've ever played a game like Dungeons and Dragons, it's very similar. So as you can see, students can take hit points. Hit points are damage that their character will receive. They receive this through inappropriate actions in class. Maybe they're talking without raising their hand. Maybe they didn't get a good score. Whatever it is, you can set those up ahead of time, and you just click the minus button and you can see the reasons that a student would not be earning those points, or we would be taking away those points. So let's say a student was climbing on a chair. That is not following safety rules, so I'm going to deduct 15 points. Bummer, dude, you just lost 15 points. Now, their team, this is where the group aspect comes in. Their team can do one of two things. You can say, hey, Brandon, do you want to protect Patricia? You can use your protecting skills, or do you want to let Patricia take the damage? And they can choose which one they want. Let's say they want to protect her. Okay, you protected her. You are a very good friend. All right. And then let's say, Patricia, you did a great job helping your friend out. I'm going to give you some gold points. So you helped another student catch up from being absent. Great job. I'm so proud of you. I'm going to give you some extra gold points. You know what? You did so well. You got all your stuff in class today. You came to class prepared. Good job. I'm going to give you some experience points. So they get to rack up all of those things. And so what do they do with those things? Well, some of those things they can do is they can acquire powers. So this student has sainthood. So they are allowed to open and close windows in class. So they're like, hey, it's hot in here. I would like to open the window. So I let them open the window. They use their power. And they can only use their power so many times. As you see here, this is when they can use those powers. So she just used 5 of her 35 power points. Or maybe she wants to, during an exam, she can ask the game master, if the answer to her question is correct. And if I allow her to use that, then she uses that power, and now she's down to 20. So it's not unlimited. They can only do it a certain number of times. So it involves a little math on their part, balancing that out. So that's the individual players. So there's all sorts of different skills and powers students can have. This is Brandon. He was able to help his classmate because he has the protect skill. So he can do that. And then each of these students are grouped into teams. So we have the four dungeons team, the glamorous rhinoceroses. They each have a team, and together they can share their points. Let's say one student, his hit points are really low, so somebody else can share theirs. And they can really work together. You can see here the student has only 1 hit point left. So maybe one of his teammates are going to share hit points with him. And then I can see our entire class together at once. Now, Classcraft also has some interesting tools here. This is what I find most useful in my classroom management bag of tricks. One thing my class really seems to respond well to is this volume meter. Let's say we're doing a group activity, but I still don't want 4 groups of students screaming and yelling at the top of their lungs. So I can click volume meter. And if they keep their volume below a certain level, they can earn points. If they blow it, they can lose points. So I'm going to set that up. Now, as you can see, as I talk louder, we get closer to that max. As I talk quieter, it gets farther away. And so I can set this up, cast it up to my TV, and students can see how loud they're getting, and they can adjust their own volume accordingly. This is absolutely my favorite function of Classcraft. And we stayed below that meter, so we got 100 XP for everyone. There's also random events we can do. There we go. There's also random events we can do. I can randomly pick a student. So here we go. Now I'm not always calling on the same student. I can randomly pick students using this. So Shizuko, you're up next. I can use this to create exams. I can use a timer, the stopwatch, and I can even convert everything to grades. And I can convert grades back to points as well. So this has been Classcraft. I hope you found it informative. It's really an interesting program that allows for an awful lot of individualization and personalization for the students, as well as some great ways to manage your class and get them excited about classroom management.